Welcome to Learn English Fast with the Story Podcast. What happens when someone leaves to chase a dream and comes back rich? Let's find out. There was a young man named Mika. He lived in a small town with his family. They were poor, but Mika had big dreams. He was smart, kind, and always worked hard. Mika was in love with a beautiful girl named Sarah. They spent years together, laughing and dreaming. One day, Mika asked her to marry him, and she said with a smile, "Yes, I will wait for you." But Mika had no money and no good future. So he made a decision to leave the town. "I will work hard and come back to marry you," he said. Sarah cried, but agreed with a heavy heart. Mika left with only a small bag and big hopes. He promised to return no matter what, and so his journey began. Years passed. Mika worked very hard. He started with low jobs and saved every dollar. He failed, learned, and started again. Slowly, he built his own business. He became rich, then richer, and finally, he was a billionaire with companies everywhere. But Mika never forgot Sarah. Every night he looked at her picture. "I'm coming soon," he whispered. Meanwhile, Sarah finished school and started working. At first, she waited for Mika every day. But years passed and she lost hope. She thought he forgot about her. So, she moved on with her life. She became proud, strong, and successful. One day, Sarah applied for a new job. It was a big company in the city. She got the job and became the CEO. She didn't know the company belonged to Mika. When Mika saw her name on the list, his heart stopped for a moment. He asked his team to confirm her identity. Yes, it was her, his old love. So he gave her the top job. Sarah also helped her mother and cousin. She gave them jobs in the same company. Mika watched everything from a distance. After a few months, Mika made a decision. He wanted to see her face again. He went to her house wearing simple clothes. He knocked on the door and waited. Sarah opened the door and looked surprised. "You?" she said. "You are still poor?" Mika smiled and said, "I came to keep my promise. I came to marry you." She laughed and looked away. "I studied, worked, and became successful. You are not part of my world anymore. I need someone rich," she said. "Someone who is like me now." Mika said nothing and walked away. A few days later, Sarah received a message. "The owner of the company is visiting soon. He wants to meet the managers and the CEO. She got ready and wore her best suit. She stood proud in the main office. Then the door opened and Mika walked in. Sarah froze in shock. He looked powerful, rich, and confident. She couldn't say a word. Mika looked straight at her. "You are not a great CEO," he said. "You got the job only because I once loved you. But now you don't deserve it." He removed her from the position. He also fired her mother and cousin. Everyone in the office was silent. Sarah lost everything that day. Not because of Mika, but because she changed. Months later, Mika met someone new. Her name was Lily and she was kind. She didn't care about money. She cared about people and hearts. She believed in love, not wealth. Mika married her and they were happy. And Sarah, she stayed alone. She remembered the day she lost it all. A job, respect, and the man who truly loved her. End of podcast. This was Learn English Fast with the Story Podcast. Follow us for more powerful stories that help you learn English with feeling.